Good morning. Good morning, and welcome to this lecture again for electronics, in which we have continued to study the applications of diode. And we have almost completed half wave and full wave rectifier. And today we are going to continue with the same pattern, and we'll start try to learn what is full wave bridge rectifier, right? So, as you have seen in the last lecture, full wave rectifier is the one who is going to rectify the whole of the sine wave, right? Negative as well as positive wave. So we get at the output the total wave. Still, it is a pulsating DC. It is not pure DC, right? So let me share my screen, and yeah, of course, I need to. Yeah, I guess my screen is visible to you. Uh, and we'll just recall what we have studied in the last lecture. Uh, that so we are going to learn about the full wave rectifier. I guess my screen is visible to you. Is it visible? Yeah. So we were studying rectifiers as such, that are the applications of diodes. And let me introduce myself. Myself, Dr. N.D. Meshram, Head and Associate Professor, Department of Electronics, Sri Mathura Das Mohta College of Science, Nagpur. And we were studying the rectifier circuits, right? So we have almost completed half wave rectifier. This was actually the block diagram of a DC power supply. We'll just brush it up. So this is the transformer, which is connected to 230-volt AC, 50 hertz frequency, and it is actually a step down transformer. So we will have a lower voltage, that is around say 12 volt or 5 volt AC, right? So the output of transformer is supposed to be AC only, right? And then here we are going to employ the rectifier circuit, and we will be having this type of pulsating DC, right? And we don't have pure DC over here, so we apply a filter so that we get a pure DC like this. And then we at the end we are going to attach the voltage regulator circuit, right? So these are three types of rectifiers. We have almost completed half wave rectifier, full wave rectifier, and a bridge rectifier. We'll see today. So half wave rectifier, in which one of the pulse is going to be one of the half wave is being rectified. So this is the basic circuit diagram of a half wave rectifier, in which we are having only one diode, and the secondary S1 is connected to anode of this diode, and cathode is connected to say the S2, and the output is taken across this load resistance, right? So this was the basic diagram, where we are able to see that this positive half cycle uh, is being arriving at this DC load, whereas the negative half cycle does not arise because this diode becomes reverse bias. So only half of the wave is being rectified, and therefore we call it as a half wave rectifier, right? So this was the diagram of the half wave rectification. This is some equations that we need to consider half wave rectifier. And then we have started with full wave rectifier, which we have completed yesterday itself, in which we are expecting that full of the wave should be rectified. So what we have done, we have taken the same circuit as a half wave rectifier. So we are using two diodes, one diode to rectify the positive half, and another diode D2 to rectify the negative half, right? And here we are going to use the center tapped transformer, right, where we are having three terminals at the output of a secondary of a transformer. So namely, it is S1, S, and S2, right? So the connections are S1, the diode anode of diode D1 is connected to S1, and cathode is connected to the common terminal, and S2, the diode D2, anode of diode D2 is connected to S2, and cathode is connected to again this common terminal, and this common terminal is connected to S through the load resistance RL. So at the say across RL, we are expecting the output voltage, that is VO. And during the first positive half cycle, as you are able to see, this diode D1 is forward bias, whereas the diode D2 is reverse bias. So this diode deconducts, and the current flows through S1, D1 through RL, and again to S and S1 back. So this whole circuit gets complete, and half of the wave appears across this load resistance R. During the negative half cycle, S2 is positive and S1 is negative. So diode D2 is forward bias, whereas diode D1 is reverse bias. So the current starts flowing from S2 to D2, and then to RL, and to S, and back to S2. So another half, that is the negative half, is being rectified. In that case, we get the full wave to be rectified at this output, and therefore we call this as a full wave rectifier circuit, right? So this was the basic diagram, and this was the diagram of the full wave rectification again, and here we are applied the capacitor. Now this is actually does the job of the filtering, right? So this capacitor is simple filter, capacitor filter. So as we connect this capacitor, we get a pure DC wave, right? So the circuit is same. So this is the center tap transformer over here, and we have some definitions of, or say some parameters of those transformers. So we are having here 12, 0, 12, 12, out 12, we call that. So at the output, we are expecting 12 volts. Here 0 volt, and here again 12, right? So this is the full wave rectification. And this is actually again the circuit diagram of full wave rectifier, where we are expecting the full wave to be rectified. And here we are going to get this type of output, right, at the output stage of load resistance. Full wave rectification in a circuit with a non-center transformer, 4 diodes are required instead of the one needed for half wave rectification. So remember this. Now we are going to study about the bridge rectifier. So if you talk in terms of a full wave bridge rectifier, then what we need to do is we are going to have 4 diodes. In half wave rectifier, we have used only one diode. In full wave rectifier, we have used 2 diodes, either one for the positive half cycle and the other one is for the negative half cycle. But in the coming circuit, that is the bridge rectifier, full wave bridge rectifier circuit, we require 4 diodes to be connected. Now you see the circuit diagram. The equations of both full wave rectifier and bridge rectifier are same. VDC is equal to V average is equal to twice of V peak divided by pi, and the second equation is V RMS equal to V peak divided by root 2, right? So these are some of the equations where we are expecting the RMS as well as DC voltage. Now, this is how it happens. So the diode conducts to the full wave, and we get the full wave across the load resistance RS, right? And yeah, this is the circuit diagram of a full wave bridge rectifier. As you can see, that we are using 4 diodes over here. So we have made a bridge sort of a circuit where we are having 4 nodes A, B, C, and D, and the diodes D1, D2, D3, and D4 are connected. Now remember this, how we have connected this. Uh, so D1 is connected, the anode of D1 is connected to A, whereas the cathode of D1 is connected to B. Similarly, for D2, the cathode is connected common to terminal B, and the anode of D2 is connected to the node C, right? In the same pattern, we are using this 2 diodes, D3 and D4. D3 is connected, the cathode is connected to D2, and anode is connected to the D node, whereas the cathode of D4 is connected to A, and the cathode is connected to A, and anode is connected to this point. So these directions of the diode shows you how the diodes are being connected. So as you are able to see, this both the diodes having the direction in the opposite. This also are having in the same direction. So while remembering this circuit, you should know that at one node, the cathodes are being made common, and at the another node, that is the opposite node, we are having the anodes that are being common to this, right? Whereas in this A and C node, we are having both anode and cathode. Okay, so we have this type of arrangement. We call this as a bridge circuit. Bridge circuit means where we can bridge the connections, right? Now at the nodes A and C, we are connecting the transformers secondary S1, whereas at point C, we are going to connect the secondary S2. And at node B, we are going to connect the load resistance through the through load resistance, and it is connected to D, and the output is expected across the load resistance RS, right? So this is the basic circuit diagram of, say, full wave bridge rectifier, full wave bridge rectifier circuit. Rest of the circuit remains the same. Means the transformer is over there. Again, this is used as a say step down transformer. The AC mains are applied to the primary of the transformer, and the secondary output, that is S1 and S2, are being connected like this. So I guess you have understood the construction of the full wave bridge rectifier circuit. We are having 4 nodes over here, A, B, C, and D, right? So the diode D1 is connected between A and B node. whereas D2 is connected between C and B node. Similarly, at D and A, we are having D4, D and C, we are having D3, right? The main important thing which is to be remembered is the cathode are made common for node B and the anode are being made common at node D. Now, from node B, we are having the load resistance RL, and we take this as a positive terminal, whereas the node D is taken as the negative terminal, right? So we have connected it to ground. So the output is taken across this load resistance RL, and we are expecting this as the lower terminal, lower potential terminal. We call this as the ground. Okay, so this is the basic circuit diagram. If you have any questions regarding this, you can ask me right now. So do you understand what is the bridge circuit? In bridge circuit, we are having four diodes, right? And have you taken the circuit? So kindly take a snapshot of this so that you should remember how this is going to work. And we are going to study this also, right? So in during the working of this, what happens? Two diodes at a time will work, and means they will be in forward bias, and the other two will be at the same time will be in the reverse bias, right? So let us see what it happens. So actually, this is the animation of that. Yeah. So this is how it goes. So during the first positive half cycle, right? So during the first positive half cycle, S1 is positive and S2 is negative. And when S1 is positive, it implies that diode D1 is forward bias, and D1 and D3 are forward bias, whereas D4 and D2 are reverse bias. So I can show you over here. So D1 and D3 are forward bias, whereas D2 and D4 are reverse bias. So for S1, when S1 is positive with respect to S2, means S2 is negative and S1 is positive, right? What happens? The current starts flowing from S1 to A terminal. D1 is positive, so the current will flow from A to D1, D1 to B. And then since D2 is reverse bias, it will not go over here, but it will go through the load resistance RL. Then this load resistance terminal is connected to D, right? So it will again reach to D. Since again this D4 is reverse bias, it will go through say D3 and it will come to point C, and then it will again come back to S2, and then it will return to S2. So the current will flow from S1 A, D1 B, RL, D terminal, then D3 C, S2 and S1. So the direction of flow of current will the circuit will get complete, and the positive half cycle will come across this load resistance R. Now during the second half cycle, that is the negative half cycle, this S1 will be negative and S2 will be positive. Right. So remember this: S2 will be positive and S1 will be negative, which makes D3 and D1 reverse bias, whereas D2 and D4 as forward bias. So when it starts from here, so S2 will be positive. So at this terminal, this will be positive. D2 will become forward bias. So the current will flow from S2C to D2 at terminal B. Again, this D1 is reverse bias. So the current will start flowing from B to load resistance RL. And from this load resistance RL, it will return back to D. Then again, D3 is reverse bias. So it will go to D4 and then to terminal A. Then it will return to S1 and again it will complete at S2. So the current direction in the negative half cycle will be, this is what we are expected to write, the direction of flow of current, that is S2 to C, then D2 B, then load resistance RL, then again back to D, and then D4 A node, and then S1, and then back to S2. So this is how the second circuit gets complete. And at a time, only two diodes will be working, so that the full wave is being rectified. Here it is the advantage of that we don't require the center tap transformer, right? So how it works, that is shown in this animation. So this animation should give you the clear idea how the current flows. So during the positive half cycle, D1 and D3 are forward bias, and it conducts, right? Whereas D4 and D2 are reverse bias. So during that reverse bias condition, they are not working, and the positive half cycle is being rectified by D1 and D3. Similarly, during the negative half cycle, D2 and D4 will be forward bias, D1 and D3 will be reverse bias. So the another half will get rectified. The current will flow from positive to negative itself. It will remain like this. This is how it is showing. The animation is showing over here that the current will flow like this, right? And the blue line is shown that after the load where the current is going to flow. Okay, and S1 and S2 will keep on changing their polarities. So both the half cycles are being rectified over here, and therefore it is called as the full wave bridge rectifier circuit. I guess you have understood this circuit. If you have any questions, you can ask. A bridge rectifier makes use of four diodes in a bridge arrangement to achieve full wave rectification like this only. So this is the circuit diagram. I have shown you this D1, D3, and D4. These are the four nodes A, B, C, and D. Accordingly, these are S1 and S2. So the circuits are near about same, and the output we are expecting across the load resistance RL, right? So this is again the circuit diagram. This can be the another form where we can draw this the same circuit, right? So here we have directly connected in the middle that the load resistance, and in this circuit we have taken it at the output. So this load resistance can be put inside there, which is shown in this circuit diagram. So the same circuit is there, and as you are able to see, both the half waves, that is positive as well as negative half, can be rectified through this. So we'll be having this type of a pulsating DC at the output. Okay, so this is the another diagram of another animation of say the full wave bridge rectifier. Here also it is showing you how the polarity varies during the say sine wave. So this becomes positive and this becomes negative. Similarly, at the other time, this will become positive and this will become negative. So they are going to switch, but the output will remain positive DCA like this. And at a time, only two of the diodes are going to work, which is going to rectify half of the wave. The another half of the wave will be rectified the other two diodes, and at the output we'll be having both halves coming out of the load resistance, right? So this is again a pulsating DC. To make it pure DC, we are going to use the filter circuit, right? So I guess you have understood. If you have any questions, so this is how it is going to work for the full wave rectifier, and this is the output rectifier animation. This is so it goes like this in the same pattern, like so. Thank you very much for joining. I guess you have understood. If you have any questions, you can ask me. We have 2 or 3 minutes left. I guess there is some question. सर तो रिवर्स बायस डायोड है वो यूज में नहीं आएगा. यस डेफिनेटली जो रिवर्स बायस डायोड है वो यूज में नहीं आएगा मृणाल. और जो फॉरवर्ड बायस है वही दो काम करेंगे. हमने अभी तक के देखा है हाफ वेव रेक्टिफायर में भी हमने वही चीज देखी है कि हाफ वेव रेक्टिफायर में ये डायोड क्यों काम कर रहे हैं. ये डायोड क्यों काम करता है बिकॉज ये फॉरवर्ड बायस होता है जब पॉजिटिव हाफ आती है, राइट. नेगेटिव हाफ में जब ये पॉजिटिव और ये नेगेटिव होता है तो डायोड रिवर्स बायस में काम नहीं करता. तो बेसिक कैरेक्टर बेसिक एप्लीकेशन ऑफ अ डायोड कंडक्ट्स ओनली इन फॉरवर्ड बायस. दैट डज नॉट कंडक्ट्स इन रिवर्स बायस, राइट. सो इन दिस स्ट्रक्चर ओनली पॉजिटिव हाफ. सर अब ये डायोड अगर मैंने यहाँ लगा दिया सेम ऐसा का ऐसा यहाँ पे लगा दिया तो क्या होगा. नेगेटिव हाफ साइकिल में जब बी पॉजिटिव होता है और ए नेगेटिव होता है तो यहाँ का डायोड फॉरवर्ड बायस में आ जाएगा. सो नेगेटिव हाफ हमारी रेक्टिफाई हो सकती है, राइट. फुल वेव रेक्टिफिकेशन कौन सा बेटा, वो दो वाला या. तो ये डायोड का हाफ वेव रेक्टिफायर का सर्किट है. यहाँ मैंने आपको बताया है कि कैसे काम करता है. अगर मुझे फुल वेव करना है तो यही डायोड मैं यहाँ उठा के रख दूंगा तो मेरी नेगेटिव हाफ रेक्टिफाई हो जाएगी, राइट. तो ये फुल वेव रेक्टिफायर का सर्किट है. यहाँ पर हम लोगों ने कहा कि एक हाफ साइकिल के लिए D1 कंडक्ट करता है, दूसरे हाफ साइकिल के लिए D2 कंडक्ट करता है, राइट. और लोड रेजिस्टेंस के अक्रॉस हमारे दोनों हाफ जो है वो रेक्टिफाई होकर अपीयर हो जाते हैं, राइट, लाइक दिस. सो वी आर हैविंग बोथ द diodes conducting at a time, right. So this is a half wave rectifier circuit, and say एक second again, let me share my screen. Yeah. So we were talking about this full wave rectifier in which we have used two diodes. Now during this as the positive half cycle, remember this, during this positive half cycle the polarity of the S1 will be positive and the polarity of S2 will be negative. And since the S1 is positive, so diode D1 is going to be forward bias and diode D2 will be reverse bias. So the current will flow from S1 D1 then to load resistance RL, then it will return back to S and it will again go to S1. So thus the circuit gets complete from S1 D1 RL S and S1. Similarly, during the negative half cycle, this S1 will be negative, whereas this S2 will be positive. So as soon as this S2 becomes positive, diode D2 becomes forward bias. D1 will remain reverse bias. The current will start flowing from S2, D2, then to RL, and again to S, back to S2. So the whole circuit gets complete, and the both positive half as well as negative half comes appears across this load resistance RL, across this output voltage. Okay, so this is how the circuit works during the forward full wave rectifier. So we'll have a full wave coming out of this. So full wave is being rectified, right? Due to this, both half of wave are being rectified by both the diodes, and we get output across the load resistance RL as pulsating, right? So I guess you have understood this, and these are the equations of that, and this is the waveform. That is how it appears, and this is the bridge rectifier that we have studied today. So a bridge rectifier circuit has the four diodes in the sort of a bridge which are connected in four nodes, that is A, B, C, and D. These are four nodes, and the diodes D1, D2 are connected. Cathode are connected to the node B, whereas the anode are connected to A and D. Similarly, D3 and D4 are being connected likewise. So the cathode are connected to A, the cathode is connected to C, and the common terminals of the anode are being connected to so the D. So we are having this three, right? And the arrow shows the direction of flow of current. So remember this: the arrow of the diode, which is in the form of a triangle, is going to show you the direction of the flow of current. Now here it is the during the first positive half cycle, that is S1 is positive and S2 is negative. So D1 and D3 will be forward bias, D2 and D4 will be reverse bias. So it will start like this. So S1 will be positive. So A terminal is positive. Then D1 is current will flow from S1 A, D1 B, and through the load resistance. Then it will go to point node D, and then D3 and back to S2, then S1. So this is how the circuit gets complete like this, and half of the wave appears across this. During the negative half cycle, S2 will be positive and S1 will be negative. So when S2 is positive, D2 and D4 will be forward bias, whereas D1 and D3 will be reverse bias. So current will start flowing from S2 to node C, then D2 to node B, then load resistance RL, then again it will reach to point node D. Then it will go to D4, since D4 is positive and D3 is reverse bias. D4 is forward bias and D3 is reverse bias. So A, S1 and S2. So this is how we have to write. And in the animation, you will be able to see it's a clear view how the current is going to flow. This will remain positive itself. Both the cathodes where they are connected, they will remain at positive. Both the anodes where it is connected, they will remain at negative potential, and the current will flow in this fashion. So during one half cycle, two diodes are going to be forward bias, whereas the other two diodes will remain in reverse bias. So this is the animation again, and these are the waveforms that we are expecting, which are going to appear across the output. And this is another circuit. The same circuit is there. The same circuit is there. Since we have connected the load resistance in between them directly, right? Here it is being connected outside the circuit, right? And if you connect this inside, we will not require these jumpers. Okay. So this is again another animation where it is showing you how the diodes are going to conduct. I guess you have understood this. This is the waves that we are expecting to appear across the output. So if you have, thank you very much for joining the class. And I wish you have understood all the three rectifier circuits: half wave, full wave, and bridge rectifier circuit. If you have any questions, you can go to my YouTube channel. You can chat on that, or you can put a question on that chat box. And as far as my students are, uh, uh, concerned, they can question me. They can ask questions on our WhatsApp group also. So thank you very much for joining. I will be uploading more videos on my YouTube channel. Go through my YouTube channel, like, share, subscribe my videos, and if you have any queries, you can put them on my chat box. Thank you again for listening. Bye now. Stay home, stay safe, take care. Have a nice day. Good day.